Thursday. This is going to be probably rough because I usually do several takes, and I don't have it in me today to do 7 takes. It has been a rough week. It's been a rough week for our country, or the end of a rough period of time. We had another senseless shooting in Kenosha, Jacob Blake, and then more protests, both peaceful and not peaceful. Hurricane Laura came in overnight as an upper Cat 4, could be a Cat 5, just utter devastation in southwestern Louisiana. We have come through 2 virtual presidential political conventions. I watched neither one. You may have, and I don't want to judge. I don't have the spiritual maturity to watch my side and not feel morally superior to the other side, or to not watch the other side and not be enraged. I don't have the ability to do that and not get sucked into it. So I don't watch either one. Janet and I are Netflixing it because I don't have what it takes. So it's been rough for our country, but it's been rough just for all of us, and I know you're experiencing it too. I've only been able to do this once this week. Here come the geese, and I'm just going to let them do it. And it's going to be noisy out here because I'm outside. I've only been able to do this once because it's just been crazy. Tonight will be the first night that I actually don't have something that I have to take care of. I'm looking forward to that. We're kind of scrambling around here and adjusting because we're going to be virtual live stream only this Sunday and next Sunday, so that created a lot of adjustment. And in spite of all of that, I don't want to lose hope. I don't want to just throw my hands up and go, well, like, things are bad and so they're going to always be bad. No matter what we see, or no matter what we're experiencing, or no matter what we're feeling, or no matter how mad we are about things that are going on in our country. I know for me it's easily just to kind of get swept up in the energy and the mob mentality of whatever my side is saying, and how wrong and damaging or destructive or whatever words you use the other side is. I think we're all kind of trying to figure out how to push past that. I was listening to Jacob Blake's sister speak, and she said something that just really struck a tone with me. She said, I want you to consider all of this is my family. She said it started with Emmett Till. Emmett Till is my family. And Philando is my family. And Mike Brown is my family. And Sandra is my family. It's not just that my brother Jacob is my family. We are all family. And I feel like she hit a chord that a lot of us are missing because we've become polarized and we move to our own sides, and we have forgotten that we are family, and we have forgotten that we're supposed to act like family. Now there's some things that family do. They speak truth to each other and they say the hard things, but they're willing to sacrifice their own selves to listen and care for the other one because that relationship is more important than being right or taking a stand or making sure the other person knows how we feel. And her speech was so inspiring and so moving that I can't let it go. And so I'm considering, as being on staff at a church and living in a community, what does it look like to be family? Because we're not biological family, but we are family. We're living in community, and so I don't want us to think about the country or which side you vote on or who's wrong and who's right. I want you to think about the community you live in. What would it look like to live as family? One of the podcasts I was listening to said, if you aren't listening to people who aren't like you, if you aren't spending time with people who aren't like you, and the threshold they used was 30%. If 30% of what you listen to and what you consume and who you hang around is not what you don't normally hang around, then you're just living in a bubble, in an echo chamber, and your goal is not reconciliation or restoration or healing. Your goal is tribalism and to protect rather than being willing to sacrifice. And that's what I heard Jacob's sisters say that in order to be family, we have to be willing to sacrifice our own position. And sometimes that means those who are in power, who pull the strings of control, to sit down and listen to people who don't have power and say, tell me what it's like to be you. And that's kind of where it starts. As a parent, I know I've had to do that with kids. Kids don't feel that same sense of courage when it comes to speaking things that their parents do. And I think those of us who have platforms and ability to control have to be willing to sit down and listen to people who don't and say, what's it like to be you? And that's how families work, and that's how you move past this. So I believe, as rough as this week has been, and this has been a rough week, as rough as it's been for our country, I still have hope. I am not giving up. And there's a passage that I preached when my sister died. First sermon I preached after my sister died was from Romans 5, 3 through 5. And what Paul said is, we are to be thankful through our trials, not for them. You don't ever go like, God, thank you for all these horrible things that are happening to me. But you're thankful through them because there's something that happens when you go through difficult times. And Paul was saying that perseverance, endurance is created. That if there's something good happening to you when you go through difficult times, it's this resilience, it's this strength that says, I can make it through this. It's awful, I'm having a difficult time, but there's something growing inside of me. So to keep from being pulled or from sliding into tribalism or polarity, look inward and go like, how can I grow this ability to handle it? And then Paul says that this resilience, this endurance grows character. That there is something in me that grows, that wants reconciliation. It's not about being right. It's not about taking a stand. It's not about other people knowing what I think and what I believe. There's this character inside of me that was like, I am willing to sacrifice myself for the greater good. I'm willing to give up some of my own rights and privileges, like Paul said in Philippians when he talked about Jesus, in order that there be a greater good that happens. And then the final step in that process of developing perseverance and then developing character is hope. And Paul says hope doesn't disappoint, because when you can see that work being done inside of you, then you realize that you can be a part of the solution. That there are bad things that are happening and it's rough, but we can be an agent of change and make a difference in this world. So I am not giving up. I am tired. There's been a couple nights that I haven't slept. Janet asked me this morning when we got to go, did you sleep well last night? I go like, I think I finally did last night. So it is hard and it is difficult, but I'm not giving up. And I'm not giving up because I believe that we still possess the ability to take really difficult situations and to make good come from them. So don't lose hope. Don't get sucked into your side or tribalism. Hope for reconciliation. And do more than hope, work for it. Talk to people who aren't you. Listen to people who aren't you. Find out what it's like to be them, because that's what family does. That's what Jacob Blake's sister said. And I believe that we don't have to repeat this for the next several years if we are willing to do the things that families do to put each other first. So, it's Thursday, and we get to be peddlers of hope. Sunday, we're live stream only. We're not gathering in person, and that'll be for next Sunday too. So we will see you online. Continue to bring snacks for Burwell for the teachers, because that's a way to bring hope. And this is one take. I'm not shooting this again. So thank you. I love all of you. I appreciate you. And I will see you Sunday.